You know, he moves in big circles.
Oh.
Even with the president.
Obviously, a lot of shit is crashing around with Melania. Like, here's this little clip of Megyn Kelly talking about Trump.
There are aspects of his personality which are obviously not good, and that we've mostly just chosen to overlook. You know, he's not a moral man. He's obviously not the greatest husband in the world. And he's extremely petty and thin-skinned, extremely petty and thin-skinned. And what we're seeing right now is he's turning on his most loyal supporters because they don't support this war, and getting in bed with people who fucking hate him and have hated him from the beginning and were the original Never Trumpers, as though that's what MAGA is. That's what his core support should look like. Meanwhile, there are many who are over here who have loved Trump for many, many years. We've had our skirmishes in the past. Tucker's had skirmishes with him. I have too. But who fought harder than a lot of others during the lawfare against him to make sure people knew that it was bullshit.
Lawfare.
Stood up for him during the actual electoral contest to make sure people understood what was at stake and why he had to be the choice. Who he just, you know, there's no loyalty in return ever from Trump, ever. If you have a principled disagreement with something he does, you're otherized. You're the enemy.
See, what's crazy about this, though, let's unpack this for a minute. Because, like, why would she support this guy? Right? Like, she supported Trump even after he, like, shit all over her. He said the nastiest things about her. And she says he's not a moral man. He's obviously not the greatest husband. That's putting it lightly. Like, affairs and you know, like, scuzzy, grapey affairs. Every woman he's ever been with, whether they're pregnant or whatever, newborn baby, just totally scummy. He's petty and thin-skinned, right? And she said there's no loyalty ever. Well, like, so why were you loyal to him, right? Why did you help get this guy elected when he's immoral? He's a terrible husband. He's an adulterer. You're supposedly a Christian. He's arrogant, petty, thin-skinned, no loyalty, just a total degenerate. And still what she says is like, oh, he's aligning himself with the people who hate him. She's like still blaming it on the people he's aligning with. Like, he somehow gets this forever pass. Like, why do they do that? I mean, granted, she's on a podcast with a rapist wearing a fucking, you know, a 10-pound cross. So she is just, has no moral fiber whatsoever, right? Like, Megyn Kelly has no moral fiber. She is just transactional. And you know, we heard her make the comments about Trump getting handsy, and she didn't care because he closed the border and he was mean to trans people. But, like, dude, she will make up every excuse in the book to let Trump off the hook for all the nasty shit he does. Always. And still, she's like, you know, like, why did you vote for that guy? Because I'm sorry, man. If there's a Democrat who is immoral and a shitty husband and he cheats on his wife all the time and he's arrogant and thin-skinned and he's not loyal at all, I'm not voting for that guy. Are you shitting me? I'm staying home. If Eric Swalwell was a presidential candidate, nobody in the Democratic Party would vote for that guy. We kicked him out of the governor's race. And these supposed Christians, they do nothing but hang out with rapists and con men and abusers, right? And we have another one, because look at this guy. Speaking of MAGA, look at this guy, straight from Midas Touch. MAGA influencer Craig Long has been arrested in a human trafficking and prostitution sting in Florida, along with Ryan Yates, a Trump supporter who pled guilty in February 2024 for his involvement in J6. Another J6er, guys. Trafficking and prostitution, of course. Long posted this photo with Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. just a few weeks ago. Where? At UFC with Joe Rogan. right? Dana White, all these guys. Influencer Craig Long arrested in a human trafficking sting. Again, there he is, Craig Long. And of course, he's with another J6er who Donald Trump pardoned all of these J6ers. And they've gone on to Grape and human traffic and CSA and all this shit. And look at this, bro. This is insane, guys.
There's Craig Long we arrested.
Jesus.
He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today. He was a previous felon who straightened up. Really what we want to see in life. Now he's an influencer. You know, he moves in big circles.
Oh.
Even with the president. This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago.
Dude!
Now, we like to see people who make mistakes early in life, and he had a long history straighten up. We like the fact that he likes the cops. Heck, he liked them so much, he got caught up in a sting and got to be up and real close with the cops.
Dude.
We asked what his attitude was. They said, oh, he had a great attitude. He appreciates law enforcement. Well, there you go. Got arrested in a human trafficking sting. Influence that for a while.
Dude, that sheriff, oh my God, dude, that sheriff just ravaged. I have never seen a sheriff, dude, look at this guy over here, dude. He's about to crack, bro. Just what a fucking crazy, dude. That is crazy. This sheriff, though, is a MAGA sheriff, isn't he? This sheriff is not woke. He is a MAGA dude, but he is still ravaging Trump. Like, he is absolutely not a woke sheriff, but goddamn did he go after Trump, dude. And this guy back here is trying to not laugh.
Now he's an influencer. You know, he moves in big circles, even with the president. This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago.
Dude.
Now, we like to see people who make mistakes early in life. And
dude, what the hell, bro? Oh, my God. Who is that? It's Grady Judd. There he is, Grady Judd, Polk County, Florida. Oh, my God. Dude, poke around and find out 266 arrests, right, from that. Grady Judd. Dude, but, man, he is savaging Trump, though. That is wild, though. And, guys, let me just tell you, that is indicative of what crazy crash out Trump has had. You know what I mean? Because that sheriff is totally a Trumper. You know that guy is MAGA. And he still, though, is like, has no problem like savaging Trump and his kid. Because MAGA, like Trump is on the outs. Even MAGA are like, fuck this guy. They're absolutely collapsing. I mean, we see it. We see MAGA v. MAGA. Dude, you have all the MAGA influencers are on each other's jocks. They're fighting Candace versus Erica, Tucker and MTG versus all of the MAGA people. You have Nick Fuentes and the America Firsters are anti-MAGA, like saying don't vote for them. I'm seeing a lot of MAGA people who are literally, I see them online every day and they're saying, you know what? Fuck the GOP. And fuck Trump. They're like, let the Democrats win. They're like, let's teach them a lesson. They're mad as shit, guys, because the Congress isn't doing anything, dude. I mean, I'd be mad too. Literally. Think about this. Our prices are up. Gas is doubled. Like, energy bills never came down. Nothing has come down. Everything's gotten more expensive. Trump, they didn't give them the mass deportations. They started a war. And you know what they're doing? Have you seen what they're doing, guys? if you look at the MAGA politicians, look at this. Nancy Mace is like about SNAP. They're making sure that like poor people who get SNAP can't buy sodas. That's the only thing they're doing. It's like, are you shitting me? The entire economy is in the tank. The whole fucking world is crumbling. And they are worried about sugared drinks. Like, that's what they're doing. They're fighting to make sure that people on welfare can't buy sodas. And it's like, bro, really? That's your pressing issue? What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.